time I wanted to show you how I make this, I call it like a wavy bowl. So I have my favorite little triangle trimming tool and I'm just going to trim up this pot real quick. So when I'm trimming, like I'd like to take a lot of the heaviness off the bottom, and like trimming is my favorite because you can really see how your pot is going to kind of take shape and you can round it off a lot. So I'm peeling away a lot of this thickness at the bottom, so you can see now it's nice and rounded. So now I'm actually going to cut in and give it a little foot on the bottom. So it's not actually a true foot. I call this a fake foot because a true foot is actually a foot ring, and like you would carve out the center and leave just a ring on the bottom. And I very rarely do that, mostly because the bottom of my pots are usually pretty thin. So, but I can cut this foot rim on the bottom to kind of make it look like it has a foot without carving out the center. And it kind of makes like this little pedestal that the pot sits up on. And it gives it like the essence of a little bit of lift off of your tabletop when it's sitting there. So I'm just going to finish this off. You can see I have a nice rounded shape, and then that leads right up to that foot on the bottom. Just going to finger smooth that a little bit. That looks pretty good. So now I have this tiny little loop tool. So it is a trimming tool, but it's in just a tiny little loop, and I use that to make my wavy pattern. So I'm going to show you this actually in slow motion. So I'm going to pick a spot here right above those pegs, and once I find my spot, I'm going to dig in a little bit, and as I do, I'm slowly going to raise it up, lower it back down, raise it up a little farther, lower it back down, up a little farther, lower it back down. And I'm going to do this right until I reach the foot of the pot. So you can see it's trimming off this groove mark in there, but since I'm moving the tool up and down, it's making it like a wavy groove. So right up to the bottom of the foot here. I really like this impression in the clay because it makes the glaze look really beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to take these parts off, and now I'm going to turn it right side up because I was only able to carve into like the bottom 2/3 of the pot. So now I'm going to turn it right side up and I can do the top third. So again, in slow motion, I'm just going to pick my spot where I ended off, and then again, raise your tool up, lower it back down, raise it up, back down, raise it up, back down until I get up to the rim of the pot. So, and be very careful when you get up to the rim. You don't want your tool to kind of go up and over the rim because that would ruin the rim of your pot. So right up to the rim, and then I'm going to stop. So you can see those wavy marks on the pot, and here I'll take it out here and show you a little close-up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's glazed. Beautiful.